Be teaching the young girls today for money. Yes, the fuck we should. This is Ochocinco. Now, you can tell by my demeanor, I was very shy, very naive, so I wasn't speaking to him. I'm like, this.
Ma'am, you're sitting on his lap. Doesn't look shy to me.
And I turned down Ochocinco. That changed the entire trajectory of my life.
You have got to be kidding me. I'm going to post some of the comments from this video, and you guys let me know what you think about what's being said here. Welcome back, Motivation Nation. It is your host, Al Gordon. We're back for another one. Yo, listen, got sent this email for this video, and we're gonna give our reaction. Now, this one is Johnny goes bananas on this, and throughout here, I'm going to post some of the comments from this video, and you guys let me know what you think about what's being said here. And if you agree or disagree with what the people in the comments were saying, because this is crazy. But anyway, with no further ado, let's get into this content.
Every time I get on here and I hear people getting upset about what Shira 7 says, or I see women saying, oh, we should not teach young women to care about money when dating or to date men with money, I'm going to explain something to you. In this photo right here, I was 23 years old. I went to Miami with my friend. At the time, I was talking to this dude. I had the biggest crush on him since I was in high school. He was just the most beautiful man in the world to me, right? I had no children. He had kids, baby mamas, whatever, right? This was when I still...
Okay, mistake number one. Okay, let's just... I don't know who number 7 is, Shira 7 or whatever she's talking about. But if you're listening to somebody to tell you to date a man because of how much money he has, you're listening at the wrong person. And if you're 23... with no kids and you choose to date a man with multiple children and multiple baby mamas, that sounds like a bad decision on your behalf. But anyway, we're going to let her finish. I just got to stop right there. You can't make a bad decision and then get upset with the result of said bad decision that you made. No one forced you to date this guy at 23 that had a bunch of kids, but you liked him. So you liked him, so you were able to, you made a lot of concessions that you probably should not have made. So that's your fault. It's not anybody else's fault. But let's just let her continue. I had to stop there because it looks like we're pointing the finger somewhere it shouldn't be pointed. Point it at yourself. That's your fault. But anyway, let's let her go.
In the illusion of love the way that we're taught to love, right? Love somebody for themselves and all that other mumbo jumbo. Okay? Went to Miami with my friend.
Sorry, you are supposed to love someone for themselves, for who they are as the person and what and you are supposed to love the person for themselves, not for what they can do for you. That's a long lasting relationship. But anyway, lady got me tongue tied with this nonsense.
We go to one of those restaurants where you know how they got the outdoor seating you on the street, and the man straight up told us, he said Ochocinco is in here. He was trying to get people to come because it was early in the day and there wasn't a lot of people out on the street. We go, we sit down. This is Ochocinco. Now, you can tell by my demeanor, I was very shy, very naive, so I wasn't speaking to him. I'm like, this...
Ma'am, you're sitting on his lap. Doesn't look shy to me, but okay, for the sake of your story, that's shy. Sitting on a man's lap taking a picture. A complete stranger at that. A guy that plays in the NFL. You're sitting on his lap. Okay. All right. Just, hey, to each his own.
He spoke to us and he was like, hey, do you want a picture? He asked me, that's Ochocinco. He asked me, do you have a boyfriend? What did my dumb ass say? Yeah, I got a boyfriend. While I was in Miami, that man moved his baby mama and his kids into his parents' home with him. And I turned down Ochocinco. That changed the entire trajectory of my life.
You have got to be kidding me. She doesn't believe this story. I know I don't. You think because Ochocinco asked you if you had a boyfriend and you said yeah, that had you said and your boyfriend moved his baby mama and kids in when you were in Miami, And had you said no, you would have been married to Ochocinco? Is that what you're trying to say to us?
Okay, professional bag fumbler. Right there. You see her? Do you see her? So when women get on here and they say, "Oh, we shouldn't be teaching the young girls to date for money." Yes, the fuck we should. I had women in my family warn me, but I never had anybody break it down the way that Shira 7 is breaking it down today. And that's all. This is all I ever think about. When I see y'all disagreeing, if you're young and you're cute, and you're even if you got children, you don't even need to be childless, because at this point, that's neither here nor there. That's my personal life. You don't have to even be childless to implement the things that Shira 7 says, but implement them. Listen to her.
I had to let that play out. She said that you should date the guy for his money. Wow. And it's this type of advice right here from a lady in her age bracket that she's giving to young women is why the dating scene is the way that it is. Because you made a mistake in who you chose to date. Now you're advising people to date men for their money. How do you think that works out in the end? And a man who has money, do you really think he can't recognize a person that's trying to use him? And then if he treats you with a fair exchange, something for something, he's the one that's wrong. And you got on here and told us a story as if you thought that you told Ochocinco you were single, that you some kind of way would have been with Ochocinco. Ma'am, you were with the guy at 23 that you liked. And you saw your potential to be with Ochocinco. You thought he was a sucker. Well, ma'am, let me explain something to you. He was in the NFL at the time. So if you think being with your baby daddy was bad, you really think Ochocinco was going to take you serious past that evening after you met him? I don't know. I'll let you guys in the comments wrestle back and forth with that. But if you ever known a professional athlete or been around one and you were 23, I'm not even going down there. I'm not, you know what? I'm not even going down that. I'm not going down that road. I'll be here far too long and saying far too much. The point of this is don't listen to this nonsense. Date a person for who they are, for what you like in them. And again, all this goes back to your fundamentals, your values, and your morals. And it seems to me like a lot of what's going on the dating scene is there are no values and there are no morals. There was a time when people had a moral value where it didn't matter how much money you made, you couldn't buy their love. They wanted a good person. They wanted to be with a good person. And just because a person has a lot of money does not make them a good person. And therefore, that doesn't make them qualified to be a good spouse, a good friend, a good anything just because they have money. Money solves a lot of your financial problems. It can make your life a lot more comfortable, but it can also make your life a lot more miserable. But we'll get into that at a different time. Anyway, look, y'all saw what I saw. You heard what I heard. I appreciate everybody that jumps down in the comments and lets me know what they think about this. And it is that time of the video for you guys to jump down in the comments and let me know your thoughts about what you just heard. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.